everyone, my name is Kelly and I am here with Hazel today. So Hazel is one of our lovely virtual business managers. So Hazel, do you want to give us a bit of an introduction about where you're from, when you started with your VA and your career to date?
Sure. I'm originally from Yorkshire in the UK, and I've lived in New Zealand since college, and I had a break back there for a working holiday when I was about 18. I've worked for a legal firm, a security firm, and I also worked for a division of Fisher and Paykel as sole admin for a smaller branch prior to having kids. And then when the kids were at school, I went to work for a small geotechnical consultancy as their office manager. And during that time, I sat a diploma in business studies, which was part-time while I was working. So at one stage, all three of like me and my two daughters were all sitting exams in November. So that was pretty stressful, but hey, we all passed. So it was well worth it. So after 20 years with that company, I left and I took a year off as I bought an old batch with a huge section that was all wild. So I spent a year kind of taming that and doing the batch up. And then I met Justine and joined your VA 5 years ago. I like to focus on the financial and management aspects of a business, but I also enjoy customer service as well.
Perfect. I can't believe you spent a whole year off taming a garden and renovating.
Oh, it was all gorse and
Gosh, that sounds like hard work.
it was hard work. It was very worth it. It's beautiful now.
Oh, you still have it?
I don't have it. I sold it. It was beautiful when I sold it.
Oh my gosh. And so what does your day-to-day working life look like?
Okay, so I'm all about the lifestyle. I start the day with a coffee, walking around the garden, check emails for anything urgent, and then I prioritize my day's work from there. I also try and have lunch outside because I'm
Yeah.
a big believer in fresh air, wherever possible, and I try and catch up with the family after work.
Mhm.
So I'm a big believer in getting things done, but also having a relaxed atmosphere.
Where are you based in New Zealand?
I'm based in Beachlands now. I moved here about 18 months ago to be closer to my two daughters and two granddaughters.
Oh, you've got granddaughters.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you have
yeah.
them often as well? How old are they?
Yes, very often, 6 and 3, Macy and Bonnie.
I love those names. That's so cute. And so what projects are you currently working on?
So I've got two clients that I concentrate on. I'm virtual business manager for the Celebrants Association, and their goal is enriching celebrants, enriching Aotearoa New Zealand. So essentially, I look after their executive and I make sure that their plans and strategies are actioned. I'm also the first point of contact and support for their almost 900 members. And I've got a small team of your VA specialists who carry out marketing, social media, website work, and event planning for the executive and also the 11 branches that we've got throughout New Zealand. My other client is in the medical industry and has over 10,000 clients. So my focus for them is financial. It's mainly debtor and credit card tasks, along with answering client account queries.
Wow. That is quite the projects you've got on. It's very busy.
No, I love it. I love it.
Good. And so what's one piece of advice you'd give to businesses within your area of expertise?
Okay, so my own piece of advice is that cash flow is king. And the best thing any business can do is having somebody keeping an eye on their bank balance, their cash flow forecast, as in who owes them money, and following those up on a very regular basis to make sure funds are available to pay their own creditors and anything they plan to do in the future. That and tracking your actual costs against budget every month, which is what I do for my customers, means that there are never any surprises. 15 to 30 minutes a day on this can save a lot of time and money in the long run.
Yeah, that's a good point. And so what do you love most about working with your VA?
Working from home with me. Oh, besides Keller, which is obvious, and actually the entire YVA team, who I can't sing their praises high enough. They're just an awesome bunch of people. But working from home just allows me total flexibility in terms of work scheduling, and achieving everything I required by my clients and feeling good at the end of the day that I've got all that done. I mean, I used to spend 10 hours a day in a car driving to work, and now that 10 hours is spent with my grandkids or out in the garden or doing something I want to do, like going to the beach.
Yeah.
And it's just a very less stress lifestyle, I find, which was what I was aiming for. I wouldn't change that for anything. And the team spirit at your VA is like no other I've worked with. Most of us have only met via Zoom, as we're spread right across New Zealand, but everybody has each other's backs. And Justine and her management team are super approachable, and they make sure we all feel involved. Even though we work at home alone, we do feel part of a team.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't change a thing.
Do you find it hard when you work from home to switch off, at 5 o'clock or whatever and not?
No, because my computer's down here in the office and I've got a sliding door. So unless a client has expressed that they're going to need me later on, like I have to do a Zoom meeting in the evening, I will close the sliding door when I finished work, and then it's another part of my life.
Yeah, that's a good
good to switch off.
That's something I had to learn working from home, was like there's always something to do, and you get into the habit of like, the day's finished, but then you have dinner and you're like, oh well, I could quickly go and do this, and then you get into that hard.
It's good to have a split.
Yes, exactly. And so can you give me one personal and one professional win that you've had recently?
Yep. Okay, so my personal win's always going to be about my grandchildren, as I moved here to be closer to them. Last week I enrolled my 6-year-old granddaughter Macy into gymnastics, so she seems to spend most of her time upside down at the moment. And she's had her first session last week, tumbling, cartwheeling, and learning flips, and she just fizzed after it. And it was really cool to go there and watch her do all these things. And just have so much fun from it. So that's our weekly Thursday thing. And then she comes and spends the night with me. Yeah, I take her. Yeah, so good. So good. In terms of professional win, I recently covered some tasks for the 2IC of the large medical related company that I work for while she was on a 6-week break. And it was really interesting to carry out different duties than I would normally do for them. And they sent me these beautiful flowers that are in my office on her return, which was a lovely bonus. And a nice thing, because I enjoyed it. It was interesting. It's a little professional win there.
Yes, that's awesome. Well, you do such an amazing job, and you're so lovely to work with. I work with you with Can. So thank you so much for talking with me today, and I hope that you have a wonderful day in your garden. I'm going to go out in my garden now and send you my photos. See if you can dye my broccoli. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay, love. Thank you. See ya.